Hello everybody. Welcome. It's Jen with Roxy Bonds Creates, and today we are going to be talking about the scrapbooking workshops that Stampin' Up has put out. And if you don't see live up here in the corner, you're watching a replay. As you pop in, please say hello so I know who's here. Scrapbooking workshops. Scrapbooking workshops are here and they are fantastic. If you have not seen the scrapbooking workshops that Stampin' Up has put out, you are in luck. First of all, you're missing out. But secondly, you're in luck because I'm going to show you not just one, not just two, but we're going to work with a third one. And these are the brand new kits that launched on January 7th, and they are absolutely incredible. And so I just wanted to kind of take you through a couple of them that I have actually put together, two of them, and then we're going to put together a layout from a third kit. So these are they're one of my favorite things. I love using scrapbooking workshop kits because first of all, they have everything that you need to put together three beautifully designed double page layouts. So this one is the Everyday You and Me kit. And this one has these amazing, gorgeous layouts that feature like a teal, a blue, kind of a gold brown. The colors are absolutely spectacular. And you'll see that while they look really cool in like the brochure here, they look even better when they're done and even more fantastic when they have photos on them. But that's all part of the process, right? So here is the instructions that you get in the kit, and it shows you the layouts here. It tells you what the featured technique is. This one is adding color with blending brushes, which I'm going to be honest. Oh, I did. I was going to say, I don't remember doing that, but I did. It has the cutting instructions, so how you cut all of the papers and then what layout they correspond with. So you can see here on this layout, you're going to cut this paper. It tells you the orientation that the stripes need to be and then what layout they correspond with. So this piece went with layout 3 and this one went with layout 2. And then there's a little asterisk next to the 2G. The G is the piece that it is, and you'll see that in the instructions. But this tells you that you're going to use the back side of the paper. So the front and then the back. Okay, so we're utilizing both sides of this gorgeous paper. And then when you put together the layout, it gives you some preparation steps, which are optional. And this was where you added color to the die cut pieces that came in the kit. And then it gives you the assembly instructions. And then it gives you like the dimensions of where the papers are. So like this piece right here is 1A, and then 1B goes down the center, and it shows you how far in from the right side, or how far down from the top, or how far apart they are spaced, if you are interested in that kind of instruction. Okay, and it gives you that for all of the layouts. So let's take a look at them because they are amazing. And I've already put them in page protectors just to protect them because they have my photos on them. But this is actually, I believe this is layout 3, but it's the first one in my pile. And I thought these colors lent, whatever the word is, very well to kind of like the beach theme, right? So I chose some photos from when I went to the beach. I was able to do my journaling on the sticker that was included. There's some die cut pieces here. And it goes like this. I altered mine. I always try to keep them as close to the instruction as possible, but sometimes you just need to add a little bit more, right? So on these ones, I added just a little bit of peacock glimmer paper that Stampin' Up carries. This is actually on the last chance list. I think it's like half price. It's like super, super cheap, and it comes with 3 different colors. But this peacock color is spectacular, goes perfectly with these. And then I added some embellishing gems to it, okay? But other than that, I kept it pretty close to what the instructions tell me. This page right here, I moved my photo over to the side a tiny bit, and then I only put 2 of the 3 flowers on there. So just a tiny little adjustment that I made for my photos. And I do this usually when I have my photos with me. If I don't have my photos, then I'll try to keep it like pretty close to how it's designed. So that was layout 3. This one is layout. I've showed this already, so I know I can't take this one out of the page protector because it has a flip flap. So sorry about the glare, but this is layout 1. And again, the only thing I added was some of this peacock glimmer paper, and I just kind of added it underneath the little stickers here, and then a little strip right here behind my title. And then what I sometimes, not always, but I get on a kick where I will ink the edges of my paper. And so I don't know if you can tell, but I can tell that I've inked the edges of this, all of the DSP, all of the pattern papers in like a, I think I used Close to My Heart's toffee, which would be pretty comparable to like crumb cake or pecan pie. So I just inked the edges, and I just think it gives it a little bit of like, for this feel, kind of like that weathered, like beachy look, or it gives it like kind of a finished distressed look. So I love inking the edges, but I did it on this one. And then this one, I added a flip flap here to add some more photos. But I love the design of this, and the title kind of made me think, it said All of Us Together, made me think of like pictures that I had of my family when we were in Catalina. So that's why I pulled those out. And then the last one, this one I did exactly as instructed, with the exception of adding the glimmer paper. So just a little tiny strip of the glimmer paper, just to kind of, you know, keep all of them all in the same theme. I inked the edges of my paper. I think you can see it more on like the light colored than you can on, you know, like the dark. And plus I used such a, like just a light faded color that I thought it worked really well. And so this is the third page. And I haven't thought about photos for this one yet, but this one, it really could be anything. It says Our Happy Place. So again, that brings me back to the beach, which is always a happy place for me. But I love how these layouts came together. They're so beautiful. The colors are spectacular. The layout designs are really, really great. And they were easy to put together. Okay. So next up, this is the one we're going to work on last, but next up is the Wildflower Birthday Kit. And this one is birthday themed. However, these layouts don't have to be birthday, and I'll show you a couple of tips and tricks to them. I did do some alterations on these, a little bit more so than the other one, so I'll point those out as well. But these kits really just come together so nicely. So the technique on this one is creating flagged ends on your paper pieces, which essentially is dovetailing your paper pieces, which we all know how to do. We do that all the time. So let me show you how these came out. Okay, so this is the instructions, same as Everyday You and Me, where it comes with the cutting guide and then the assembly instructions for all of the pages. Okay, this one is page 3, and I'll show you this first. So this is page 3 right here. Okay, it is the blue pattern paper. This is an exclusive pattern paper that comes in the kit. So you can't get this pattern paper with the Wildflower Birthday suite. Okay, so this is the way it's designed. And what I did is I can't pick up my pages. I added the blue, the Night of Navy Blue, as the background of both of my layouts, which means that I trimmed down this blue pattern paper a tiny bit. Okay. The other thing I did for this one is I made it so that it is not birthday. So let me give you the big picture so you can see it. Back here. Okay, so on this one, it has the birthday cake, and it has a little cupcake here with your journaling piece. And then so this is a page here. On this one, I added a little bit of this blue pattern paper, which was left over in the kit. So by the time I got to the third layout, and after I'd done all the cutting, I had this blue paper left over. So I pulled that in, and then I put some flowers on this side instead of the cake. Okay, so I made this a non-birthday page. It's very generic. Love this. Could be anything, right? And then the other side of this had blow out the candles. And I just took that away and put a little like date or journaling piece right there. Okay. And then again, I added the blue background. It did have this blue pattern piece here, but because I had extra of that, I added it on this side. Okay, so super, super beautiful layout. I love the way it came together, and it could be very generic. Oh, and then I added a little bit of that paper behind the tag as well. So just kind of tying it all together. And then I backed all of my photos in the blue as well. So these all had white photo matting, and this one is going to have blue. So it's actually going to have double photo mats because this is the original and then that's the additional one. So those are the additions that I made to this one, as well as just some embellishing gems on there. Okay, this next one is Celebrate. This one obviously is a birthday-ish page. I did include the cake and the balloons that are in the instructions. So let me look at that and I'll show you. Let me look at the bigger one because it's easier to see that. Okay, so this would be the first page. And so obviously I changed the photo here. I wanted to make it kind of a focal page. So the big photos on this one, as well as Celebrate. And then this one had, I guess I did make some changes. I guess I'm not aware of like how much I changed it till I look at it side by side. Okay, so this one had some flowers here, but I put the flowers on the other page. And so I added the cake here, and then a little bit of flowers here and up here, and then the title. I also added white glimmer paper back here. And I did some doodling along the edges in black. Okay, so that's page 1. And then page 2, so you saw I moved the title over and I added a couple of extra photos. So this is a 4x4, which I think is this one right here. And then I also back matted them in the green, which coordinates with the collection as well. I added the balloons, which is on there, and then the flowers. And so the title just moved over to the other page, and the addition of some photos. You could even add flip flaps to this because they are, you know, the 3x3 or 4x4 or even 4x6 on this side. So I did make some adjustments to this, added some more photos. This one had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess I still have the same amount of photos, but this one's bigger. So actually, I think this was a 4x6 mat, and I just turned it. So it all is relative, right? Okay, so this is the second one. I added some gems and some glimmer paper. Love this one. And then let's take a look at the last one. This one, I did make some changes to this too. You'll see. Okay, so this one is built on the background paper. This is an exclusive paper that comes in the kit. So it's this kind of scallopy paper. And a tip for you, because they give you like this 2 giant sheets of it, and you're covering up like 90% of it, right, with the layout. So you could, and I didn't do this, but you could gut your paper, which means you cut out the inside of the paper, saving like a 10 by 10 square, and then you put your white piece over it. So that would be, if you really love this pattern, or if you're a paper saver, that would be a great way to, you know, you get this exclusive paper and then you end up with extra paper. That would be such an awesome thing to do. I didn't do it, but I have done it in the past, especially when you get like these exclusive papers in here, because you can't get that paper anywhere else, and it's just so good. Okay, so this is the original layout, and as you can see, I designed it exactly like it shows in the picture. Okay, the only changes I made were on this blue piece. I tore the edges, which it's white on white. I'll pull it up, so I don't know if you can really see it. It's white on white, so instead of being a straight edge, you can tell that it's kind of a jaggedy edge. Okay, but I don't know, like something told me tear the paper, and so I did. But I tore the paper edges there, and then I added some stamping back here, just a little bit of texture because there's a lot of white. And my go-to on a lot of white like this would be to use a shimmer brush and splatter just some shimmer back there. But I didn't want to do that. I wanted to just do it in a couple little places. And so I decided to pull out one of my textured stamp sets and just add a little bit of color back there. And then adding some gems just gives it a little bit of an interest on kind of a plain, I don't want to say boring, but like a plain white background, okay? And so I did the same thing here with the stickers, and then the like die cut here. I did add some shimmer brush on the die cut, so you probably can't tell. It's just a tiny bit sparkly in person. And then just added some of the gems. And then on page 2, this one is designed just as it was supposed to be. I tore the edge, little bit of background stamping to give some, you know, texture and flair there, and some gems, and then the rest of it is as designed. I did ink the edges of all of the white in, I think it was a green color, the same green color here, just to kind of make those photo mats kind of stand out, especially when they're like on a lighter color. So a light color on a light color, they don't really tend to stand out. But when they're on, you know, like up against a darker color, they will stand out a little bit. Okay, so there is layout 3. Okay, so these kits are so quick and easy to put together. You can do them just as designed, but imagine if you took a few things from your stash and just added it to it, right? Tearing paper. These are the dovetailed edges, which looks amazing. Adding some gems from our stash. We all have tons and tons of embellishments. And then adding texture to just the little white space with stamps, or even splattering your shimmer brushes. Just makes it look fantastic. And then I always love, you saw on this one, I love to add just a little bit of glimmer, like glitter, glimmer, shine. So adding some glimmer paper, or if you have some old shimmer trim, those are great additions, just to kind of like, you know, you can put a little piece like separating the colors and the pieces that are already in there. Okay, so just giving it a little bit extra interest from your stash is always fun. Okay, so now let's take a look at this third kit, which is called Meant to Be. And I pulled this one out and I cut all of the pieces. It took me like 20 minutes, you guys. So I literally, right before I went live, I cut this kit up. So here's the cutting. It tells you like how to cut all the papers. And this one was a little, not tricky, but took a little extra time because it has all these little 2x2 squares, which we're going to work with today. But it has you cutting all of the papers, including, you know, your photo mats and your background papers. And this is the layout we're going to put together right now. So here are all my pieces. On this page, I'm going to need this white background, which I cut my whites and put them off to the side. Okay, so the white, and then in true Jen style, we are going to probably add a little bit to this. And I haven't, you know, sometimes I think ahead on things like that, and sometimes I think on the fly. So just bear with me because I'm probably going to be thinking on the fly. The background for this one is, oh boy, okay, hang on. I put all of those pages on my chair behind me, which have the kit. So this is the rest of the kit, which I didn't like cut into, but we're going to need the sticker sheet. If I failed to mention that, we have sticker sheets now with our pattern or our paper packs. And then we're using I think this is Bubble Bath color as our background. Okay, so I'm going to put the sticker sheet off to the side here. It says preparation for both pages, matte photo for the left page on 1G. Oh, that's putting your photo on there. I don't have that yet. Matte photos for the right page. Okay, well, I don't have my photos yet, but you can see that it's asking you to put your photos on there already. Well, I don't have those, so we don't need to do any preparing. It says assemble, create background by adhering all these pieces on, okay? So all of the squares are going to be built on this white piece, and I can see that my paper trimmer left me some fuzzies. So what I'm going to do to take care of that is I'm going to ink the edge of that. Isn't that fantastic? So it's using the Bubble Bath. So I need to decide if I want the light or the regular. It doesn't tell me. Usually it would tell you if it wanted you to do the light side. Okay. But it doesn't tell me. So that means that I get to decide. Then we're going to take all of these squares and spread them out all over the background. Okay. So I think what I'm going to do is I need to ink the edge. So let me pull out an ink pad. I'm going to use Petunia Pop, which is this like purpley color right here. And I'm going to show you something with these Stampin' Up ink pads that I have learned about ink or edge distressing. And what I have learned is because these pads are so juicy, you just want to go like this. You just want to tap it. Just want to tap it. You don't want to like go like that, like we used to, or like you would with a distressed ink pad. You just want to tap it because it is so juicy that it already has a lot of color, and it's going to give you like a good amount without having to work very hard. Okay, so you can see that I have distressed the edges of that. I'm going to pull in, and I'm setting it to the side because there's ink on it and I don't want to get the ink anywhere else. This is for the second page, and so I'm just going to go ahead and prepare that now. And I could do this to every single piece of paper if I wanted to. But there are a lot of them, and so I think we're going to skip that. Sometimes I get on a kick where I do a lot of ink edge distressing, and sometimes I do none. And so it's just kind of like a fun thing. I did learn recently, thank you to our awesome friend Amanda, I learned a tip about opening these ink pads. So the ink pads are a little, especially when you first get them, they're a little tight, right? And so to open the ink pad, you put your thumb in the little crease there and then pop it open and slide it back. But sometimes they're kind of stuck there. Sometimes if you do that, like depending on how you do it, you could get ink on your fingers as you do that. So what she, my friend Amanda, our friend Amanda here, showed me a video where it's actually one of my uplines that did the video. She takes her thumbs on the top of the ink pad, and you have to use your pointer fingers on the back, and you're going to squeeze. So let's see if I can do this on camera. You're going to squeeze your thumb and finger together, and it pops open the ink. How cool is that? So I hope I taught you something today, because I've been in Stampin' Up for 7-8 months now and just learned that like a week and a half ago. Okay, I think I'm going to use the light side of Bubble Bath here. So let's move one to the side. I'm actually going to move both of them to the side, and I'm going to build on here to start with. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a little piece of a little piece of my tape from my tape runner, maybe, and I'm going to put it in the middle there, maybe. This is maybe going to work, you guys. And I'm just going to put it on there, centering it in my grid, and I just want to kind of hold it on there. That way it doesn't move around when I'm trying to do this, okay? So there's a couple ways I could do this. I could lay them all out, make sure I have them spaced out really, really nicely, and then pick each one up and glue them. Okay, I could do that. Or the second thing I could do is I could take a piece of paper, and because it says on the instructions, they are 1/8 inch apart. So if I could locate my paper trimmer, I could take a piece of paper. Now I'm going to take, look at this. I have a strip. This is a 1/4 inch, I think. No, it's not. It's 3/8 of an inch. I could take this. I actually think I need a bigger piece. Let's just make a red. Oh, hold on. Here's a black one. Okay, this is black. So I'm going to take, this is a 1/2 inch. I'm going to take this and I am going to cut it in half. But it's not straight, so that's why that's there. Okay, let's just take a big piece. I'm going to create 2 1/4 inch pieces of glimmer paper here. And I'm using glimmer paper because it's thicker and it's like sturdier, I guess you could say. No, I don't want 1/4, do I? I want 1/8 inch. 1/8 inch. 1/8 inch. So let me make another one. So here's an 1/8 inch. This might backfire on me, but you know what? We're going to try it. I've done it before with 1/4 inch pieces, and it actually worked out really well. So we'll see if this works out. Okay. All right. So here we go. It says that these pieces are 1/8 of an inch from the side and 1/8 of an inch apart. So I could do this, and then I should separate these into piles of color. These are exclusive. I think we're using the green on all of those. And then we're using like 1/2 and 1/2 of these. Okay, so I could, And then we could go the 1/8 inch up here. This might be too much mathy, like gritty for me. I might just eyeball them, you guys. Okay, but I would put that here and then here with an 1/8 inch in between, and then here and then here. That's not an 1/8 inch. And then here. See, and now that we've done it, it's not an 1/8 of an inch. So is it a 1/4 inch? Probably not. I don't think that's going to be a 1/4 inch either. Okay, we're going to eyeball it because that's what we do around here. That's what I do all the time. So I'm going to eyeball it. So I'm going to take this and I'm just going to kind of lay them out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on the one in the middle first. So I like how that's spaced. I'm going to put on the one in the middle first, and then we're going to go from there. Okay. So sometimes you have this like well laid out plan where you're like, I'm going to do it like this. And then it doesn't work. What is working though, is that I can see my numbers here, 7 and 5. I know this is a 2-inch piece, 2x2 piece. So that's actually quite helpful, that if I know I have this one like directly in the middle, then the rest of them falling in place will be just fine. Okay. Now, if you were really mathy and you really were very particular about how this is exactly spaced apart, my suggestion to you would be to cut little pieces like this and put them in between. But if you're not, and you're more of like a haphazard kind of gal, it would be fun to put these on kind of, you know, like just kind of throw them on, you know what I mean? And not have them, you know, gridded out or whatnot. Like what I mean by that is kind of put them at an angle. That's kind of what I was getting at. Okay. There we go. So I've got the first one, and now I will follow suit and put the middle one here where I know I can use the grid on my my mat here. And I'm really just going to follow the pattern. So hopefully, yeah, you can see that in the corner here. Let's get these glimmer pieces out of the way. That just didn't serve me well. And I'm going to follow the pattern. And let's see if I can do this like fairly quickly. I'm just going to throw adhesive on a bunch of them and then pick them up and place them as I go. Let's do this one this way and here. Okay, so next one is going to be, hold on, I wanted to do this middle one, 5 and 7, and I'm making sure I line it up with this guy over here, and then we have a floral one here. The floral one is the only one that is kind of directionally patterned, so I want to make sure that that's correct. Then I have this grid, beehive, and then we have the stripes. And then from here, we can go up on this side to, hold on, I wanted that one in the middle. So 5 inches to 7 inches. So this just helps me make sure that this one is exactly where it's supposed to be. This is supposed to be this guy. And now that I've got it kind of going, it can go pretty quickly, I think. Just a matter of getting adhesive. And you may have noticed I just put like a little bit of adhesive on here. That's just my thing. That's how I'm doing it. If that's not, you know, if you need your adhesive to be a lot more coverage, then by all means do so. Just kind of how I'm doing it. Oh, let me get the middle one again. Ooh, we turned. Okay, 5 and 7. I can see my grid there. And we'll put this together. How's everybody doing? What's going on with the weekend? Are you crafting with me today or what? I feel like I'm missing a piece here, you guys. Maybe not. Do you have a favorite challenge so far? How do you feel about the new format? We are going just today with challenges. There's a lot of them. I kind of like boosted the number of challenges in there. And then You have until Wednesday to complete them, as always. Look at that. It's done. And then I just need, wherever it went, my photo mat in the middle. The photo mat is in this beautiful pool party, and look at that. It fits right in there. So we're going to add that in. And then we're going to put it on the bubble bath background. And I have a little thing of adhesive there that will peel up. That actually went together much quicker than I thought it was going to. I think my eyeballing it with making sure that middle one was directly in the middle was most helpful. Okay. Oops. Goes like this. And it looks spectacular. So cute. So now all I need is, I'm going to put a photo placeholder on there, and those come in the kit as well. I just have to find them because they are in the back somewhere. Okay, so let me pull all of those out. This is for the whole entire 3 pages, but I feel like, okay, well, it has the, place photo here only on one side, which is different than we're used to. I must have cut that funny because it's like too big. Maybe that's my trimmer. Oop, we're not peeling that up. Never mind. Okay, well, it's just a tiny bit big, but we're gonna go with it. Okay, we need stickers. So I have my title here, Better Together, and I am going to put this on foam tape. So what I need to do is locate my anti-static pouch, which is up here somewhere in all of my junk piles. Darn it, I don't see it. Okay, I do see this thing though. This works the same, I think. And let's do it over here on top of here. So this is like it's got some powder in it. I don't know how the powder comes out. Oh boy, anyone have one of these? I mean, if you could give me comments that I could see. Here, I'm just gonna do this and then we'll brush it. I think it's like clogged up. But it has powder in it that is the anti-static, so let's just brush it on. So, and it de-stickies your stickers so that you can put them on foam or dimensionals. Okay, so I think I have that done pretty well. And I have some dimensionals here. And then what I'm going to do, because it's going to overlap my photo, I'm going to put the dimensionals on just the edges there, so that when it goes on top of, or when it goes in place, it's not overlapping or touching my photo. I can add a couple more here. Okay, so let's put this on. And I don't see any comments. I'm sorry. So, I mean, I guess, talk amongst yourselves. Just don't talk about me. Ha ha. I'm kidding. You can talk about me. Okay. It de-stickied my hands, so now I can't see anything either. All right, so the title overlaps the photo there. And then we have a bumblebee and our journaling piece. So the journaling piece, I actually am going to leave the journaling piece off, and let me show you why. Because somewhere in my life, I don't know where it is, but I do have the Stampin' die cut that goes with this. Where is it? I really don't know where it is. Story of my life. Don't know where it is. Okay. The Stampin' die cut that comes with this has a hexagon, and it has multiple sizes of the hexagon. I posted this in the group, I believe it was yesterday. And so I want to use that to kind of give it just a little bit more interest, maybe put like a border on top of it or put like a background behind it. So I'm going to leave this off just for now because I want to add more to it. But I need a butterfly, and it's got this one. I don't know. Looks like it's facing this direction, but his eyes are closed. And I don't have one like that. Okay, so his eyes are going to be open. Let's de-sticky him. I don't know how this thingy works. Is it coming out? Oh, it's working. It's working. Okay, so it is actually working. All right, let's put a little bit of dimensionals on him. My other trick to doing this is to put it on my clothes. Like I'll put the sticker like on my clothes and use like the fabric, I guess, of the fibers of the fabric to kind of de-sticky. Okay, this kind of goes off to the side here. Super cute. And the hexagon. So that's all that's on this page. So we're going to set this aside. And once I do this, like background or do whatever I want to do with it, I will post a picture of it in the comments later. So the only thing I did is I'm pretty sure this is the dark side of the background base page. And so I flipped it and then I inked the edges of my white piece. Okay, so that's the only changes I made so far. All right, now let's do page 2. Page 2 uses this and it uses this. So we're going to start like that. And then I've got all my dimensional things there. And then we have, it looks like some stickers and some die cuts and then those. So easy. Okay, so this one's going to go together so much quicker. So let's put the background on first. And let's make sure we've got that even. And it's like a, I think it was like a 9 3/4 inch square. So it's not going to be like a, 1 inch border. I'm not even really sure. 1 1/4 all the way around is what it looks like. I'm eyeballing that. Yep. Okay. Looks pretty good. Now let's put our squares on. So we have 2 stripe, 1 flower, and 1 green honeycomb. Honeycomb, hexagon, whatever that shape is. Okay, so they look like they are about 1/4 inch away from each other in the middle. So let's do this. This is my scientific way of doing this, you guys. So make sure we've got an equal border on the sides and about 1/4 inch in the middle. And looks pretty good to me. I am definitely not the has to be exactly perfect kind of girl. That would drive me crazy. Okay, now we need some bee stickers and some heart die cuts. So this bee has a heart on it, and we are going to, oh, there it is. Okay, I missed that bee. Okay, so this one doesn't cover the photo at all. So you know what, let's put our photo placeholders on. That would probably be a good idea. So we are using 3x3s here. Let's put those on. That way I know for sure whether my stickers are covering my photos or not. And I don't have to guess. Okay. I'm going to go on right in the middle. There we go. Oops. Here we go. The third one. And the fourth one. All right, now we can decorate. Okay, so this, we're just gonna make sure it doesn't cover our photo at all, like so. This one is going to, so we're gonna de-sticky. Actually, I'll show you how this works. So I just kind of put it on my clothes, and I use like the dusty fiber particles of my clothes to do that. And sometimes it takes a while. You can see that it's turning kind of pink. And then sometimes I'll put it on my skin to get like the oils of my skin to go on the back of the sticker there. And now it is de-sticked enough for me. So let's put some here. So when I'm at events, it is not uncommon, and if you've been at an event with me, you probably know this, it's not uncommon to find me like literally with stickers all over my clothes. Like I'll put them on my thighs, I'll put them on my, like on my belly, and they'll just sit there for like a couple minutes as I'm, you know, working on whatever project I'm working on. So you'll find me with stickers all over. And I've seen some of you, some of my friends at retreats and events doing the same thing. So I taught you well. Okay, so this one just kind of sort of covers a tiny bit. I'll make sure this sticky is not on there. Okay, and then we have a couple of die cut hearts. Those are on this sheet here. So in the package, we get a sheet that has stripes on one side, but you can see on the, well, kind of see that it is hearts and flowers. Now, a couple of them have numbers on them. So what this leads me to believe, and based on my experience with the last kit I worked with, is that there's a whole bunch of extra that are not used in the kit. So if I wanted to add more hearts to this layout, it looks like I absolutely could. So at the end, once I'm done with everything, I will go through and I may want some, you know, like teal or aqua or pink or whatever to be on there as well. Okay. Whew, I hiccuped at the same time that I was talking. That was weird. Okay, here's one and here's two. Because they're die cuts, I can use the dimensionals or I don't have to. They have theirs kind of like, well, they have one up here and then they have one down here, but I think I'm actually going to put it closer to here to make sure I still have that triangle, because that's kind of how I like it. I like to have the triangle. Okay, and that is finished. So the only other thing is it has us using a marker to kind of make your little, your bee lines. So let's pull out a marker. I have pink shades, or I don't want to do red. This is pink violet. Maybe we'll use this one. Pink violet blend. And I'm going to use the middle one because I think it goes with this petunia pop color. And I'm just going to do little dots from his tail, kind of in a wavy little pattern, to the edge of the paper. Okay. And I'm going to do the same thing over here. And I think it's always fun to kind of make that like little loop-de-loop when you're looking at bees too. Okay, so I did that. And then I think on the other page, I don't know if it has it. So let's go back and look. It does. I missed that. So I need to do that as well. So let's just go here. I think I missed it because it's on the green and you don't see it very well. But you do see it when it comes to the white and the pink. So there we go. So now we have our little bee trails floating off. And you could use Stampin' Up markers. You could use, if you have these tri-blend markers from our Close to My Heart days, you could use these. You could use really anything. You could use a black Sharpie, like a black Sharpie or a black Sharpie. This is one of my favorite things, a black Sharpie pen, the ultra fine point pen. Or journaling pen or whatever you have. I think it would work well in black too, because then it brings in that extra pop of black to the page. But here is layout one. And the only thing we did was ink the edges of our paper and flip our base pages over. And I think it looks fantastic. So let's look at the original, which is on the front here. They're together. So here's our original. You can see, I can tell that it's lighter, that my base pages are lighter. But there we go. That is the page. And it says better together. It would be cute for anything, like spring photos, Easter photos maybe. I mean, I know it has bees and hearts, but I think just, you know, springy stuff would work really well together. This one looks like it says baptism. So baptism day, I mean, it could be just like friend pages. It could be just pictures of like you and a friend, you know, better together. It could be pictures of like, I feel like it could be pictures of me and my daughter together. You know, me and my husband, like really anybody. So I just pictures, put pictures on there, right? That's the goal, to put pictures on our pages. And then there is the little journaling spot, which I will finish off once I find my hexagon. It's got the B stamp and it's got the hexagons. It's really, really cool. So can't wait to use that. All right, I have cut all the pages or all the pieces for these other layouts. I'll show you them a little bit bigger because they're really cute. This one here has like this yellow kind of dotted, I think it's polka dots actually, background. And then it's just like grid papers. And look, they put black and white photos on there. And the title says Beautiful Life. So cute. And then on this page, again, like kind of a grid piece, you've got a journaling piece there with a couple of stickers. And it just looks so good. And then this last one is Be Happy. So cute. So it's on the green background, which I think I'm going to do a little something on the green background because there's a lot of it. Maybe some shimmer brush, maybe some distressing, maybe some like embossing distressing on there. And then here's the other page, especially since there's all the green on this one too. But super, super cute page, right? And they've got beach photos on there. And they printed them in black and white. So when you print your photos in black and white, now you can put them anywhere, on any colors, on any page, because it will automatically go. And there's a lot of life in the colors here. So it doesn't take away from the photos, but it also doesn't like clash with any of the photos. So it looks really good. I love it. Okay, so I can't wait to put those together. But for now, you have seen the Everyday You and Me workshop kit. You have seen Wildflower Birthday workshop kit. And then this is Meant to Be workshop kit. And there is a fourth scrapbooking workshop that's available now. It's called Storybook Life. And it's got like a Eastery, Peter Rabbit, garden-y kind of vibe. And it's actually very spectacular as well. So 4 different kits and 4 like really different kits, right? They have very different vibes, all different like designs and layouts. They're fantastic. I hope that if you're a scrapbooker, you will take a look at these because they're really just so good. So thank you for joining me today. And I hope that I was able to show you something, give you some tips, give you some inspiration, and enjoy the virtual crop that we've got going on. And we'll see you soon. Bye.